Mr. Speaker, the government will fail to get its budget passed by the end of this normal end of the session, I think for the first time in the history of this government. Mr. Speaker, the government has had 31 days, including Fridays, on which it could have called estimates, but has failed to call estimates on 26 of those days. A major reason for the government's having to call an emergency session expected next week is the failure of this government to organize matters well before the House. I ask the Premier to accept some of the culpability, to show respect for the legislature, and to start putting a priority on calling estimates and getting the budget passed.
We are committed to being here to deal with the bills and the estimates, issues of supply, issues of legislation. We're very interested in remaining here to do that, and I look forward to working with the member to get all of this important legislation and resources in the budget move forward, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, yesterday the Premier said in terms of the emergency session that he was putting a priority on all of his bills. Quite frankly, this quote is misleading Manitobans to understand that the impending emergency session after this Thursday will continue as if it were just a regular session. The rules of the legislature are clear that calling outside the House outside of the sessional calendar is for emergency or extraordinary circumstances, to deal with emergency measures. When will the Premier tell Manitobans just exactly which bills he considers emergency bills to be completed in the emergency session?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I thank the member for River Heights, the leader of the Liberal Party, for the question. As he knows, our House Leader made an offer to do estimates as well as bills at the same time, to have a dual-track approach to allow more work to get done in the House. That offer was rejected by members opposite. That is unfortunate. More work could be done. There's many eager people on this side of the House that want to move forward on these things, both on the budget side and on the bill side. All the bills we consider to be important, and the budget we consider to be important, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, you know, we have had quite a number of days. It's on the order of 31 days that there could have been called estimates. And it was not until yesterday that a plan was presented at the very last minute in this session with a hurry-up trying to complete the budget by the end of June. The Premier, is mistaken, because at least for the Liberal Party, there was no plan presented before this, and clearly this government has been rather disorganized, has not put a priority on estimates. I asked the Premier to be honest about this, acknowledge that we're going to be in an emergency session, and tell us what emergency measures he's going to be dealing with.
Many times there's been an offer to have both bills as well as estimates move concurrently through the legislature to offer everybody a chance to participate in the process. That offer has been rejected many times. We continue to make that offer available as we speak. We could do that today, Mr. Speaker, if they wanted to do a dual-track approach where we have both estimates and bills at the same time. We're prepared to do extra time. The letter offers Saturday sittings. We've offered opportunities to meet in the evenings. We're very eager to carry on the work of the legislature, both on the budget side and on the bill side, Mr. Speaker.